Hey everyone, it's Kyle. This is part 2 of my Q&A. I'm sorry I couldn't fit it all into one. I'm just going to start up right away. So I don't know how you say this, but it's spelled Brknse. I feel like it's supposed to be broken nose, but I don't know. Her question is, do you plan to breastfeed for longer or shorter and more or less frequently before Landry is born? I had no idea going into having a baby what I was going to do. I said I would breastfeed if I have no issues with milk supply or any type of issue, and I would breastfeed if Landry didn't have any issues like latching or whatever. If those two things, or if him and I had no issues going forward with it, I was going to try my hardest to breastfeed. And I didn't know how hard it was going to be until it's there. The best piece of advice I can give you is give it 2 weeks and give it your best effort. And I know it's so hard and it's so tiring. It's so demanding. Landry was the type of baby I just fed him on demand, and it was constant. Like, I felt like I was feeding him every hour. But in the long run, it was so much easier. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Did I plan to breastfeed for longer or shorter? I didn't plan on anything. Once I got past those 2 weeks, I set a goal for 6 months. And I met that goal. Like, I think Landry was strictly breastfed up until 4 months, 4.5 months, like just breastfeeding. Then I had gotten sick. I had gotten a stomach virus and I was in the hospital for a full day. By the time I got out, my boobs were massive and just completely full. And you could still breastfeed if you have like a virus like that or whatever, but it made my milk supply go down. And from that moment on, it was really hard for me to get my supply back up at all. Like, it never came back to where it was before then. So from that point on, I said I was just going to breastfeed until Landry starts self-weaning, and as long as like I'm capable of doing it, then that's how long I'm going to do it for. Do you think that working helped or hurt your breastfeeding goals? I feel like it totally hurt them, just for the supply issue. Pumping is not the same as nursing, and the baby gets more milk. Like, they're just more sufficient at getting the milk out. Do you think you may stay home if you grow your family? And thank you for the sweet compliment. That's so nice. If we grow our family, which I want to, if we do, then no, I don't think I would be the one staying home, though I would love to. But I feel like Chris would be the one staying home, just where both of our careers are at. I think I didn't talk to him about it, but I feel like we would both decide that I would stay where I am at, and he would probably be the stay-at-home dad, which is crazy because I can't really imagine him with 2 babies. Okay, Becca's story asks, I would like to know how your dog's adjusted to having a baby in the house. Are they really good with him, or do they ignore him? And do you trust your pets around the baby? The first night was awful. I mean, the dogs wanted to be around me, and I needed to be around the baby, and we were completely segregated. I was upstairs, the dogs were downstairs. I could hear them barking and crying, and it was just sad, and I was hormonal, and I was crying about it. And I felt like, oh, this is awful. Like, nothing is going to work out for us. Like, the dogs are going to hate us, and everything is going to change. And everything did change, but it ended up changing for the good. And now they are completely adjusted. Landry's crawling around at like Mach speed, and the dogs either chase after him to play with him or run away from him so the dogs can be chased, because they like to be chased. And Landry can throw, like, he doesn't know he's throwing it, but Landry can take one of his toys and throw it like a ball, and the dogs will play with him in that way. So they're completely adjusted now. And do you trust your pets around the baby? I trust my pets. If Landry's crawling around and the dogs are out, I have no issue with that, but I would never, ever, ever leave my baby alone with my dogs or any dogs ever. Or cats or anything, just because animals are animals, and they could be the smartest, most loyal, most loving animal in the world, but they're still an animal, and they don't have that right or wrong mentality. It's just, no, I would never leave my baby alone with any animal. Sarah Mist asks, Sarah Mist doesn't ask a question. She gave a really good tip, which is to increase the milk supply, you can drink a few sips of beer. I think it's the brewer's yeast that helps up your supply. Erica Witzel asks, do you supplement or has Landry started on foods? And she also said, pumping at work is exhausting, and I know it is, and you are doing so great. And the pump is just, I tried to look at it, like, I remember taking a picture of myself and putting it on Facebook and saying that I'm really proud of myself where I'm at and celebrating this season of life, because it's going to go by so fast, and I soon won't be walking around with a pump attached to me all the time, and this is just what it's like for now. And when I put it in those thoughts, I thought, it just kind of released me from feeling like, oh my God, this sucks so bad. Because pumping sucks. I hate pumping. I hate washing and sterilizing, and it's annoying. I know. Landry has been supplemented on like formula since I feel like 6 months. Whenever I got sick, that's when my supply really, really dropped. And we had to start supplementing with formula. And then he still was getting breast milk most of the time, and then just formula when he needed it. But he started on foods at 6 months, and he was so ready. Like, when I look at other people feeding their baby at like 4 months, and they're like putting the food in and the baby's spitting it out, your baby's not ready. And when we did it, Landry was like eating off the spoon, like almost like he knew exactly what he was doing, and swallowing it and just really, really enjoying it. So I feel like the fact that we waited so long was really good, and now he's like the best eater. If you feel like, your baby's a little bit behind in eating solids, that's okay. And if it really concerns you, just talk to your doctor. But not every baby is the same. Not every baby is ready at exactly 6 months. I would just take your time with it and start with really bland foods. Selena Franco asks, when your son was born, how many times did you breastfeed in the time of 24 hours? Congratulations, she's pregnant, and I just wanted to say I fed on demand, and there were times when I fed him probably, I don't even know. There were probably times I fed him every single hour, and it's exhausting. I mean, he ate a lot, but that brings in the milk really fast. So, I'd say at first it's crazy hard, and it's going to be unbelievable how much this baby eats. And when they cluster feed, that's when it gets crazy. You'll be fine. Just keep with it. And if like you get discouraged or you don't think you're making enough milk or whatever, just talk to a lactation consultant at the hospital, and they'll help you a lot. Americana asks, what kind of job do you have? My title is a sales coordinator, and I was promoted for the my title is sales coordinator for VP of OPM. I work for the vice president of the outpatient market of a manufacturer, I guess you would call us, a manufacturer of medical devices. Canadian Mommy asks, I would love to hear about plans for baby number 2, if you plan on that. And I am planning on talking to Chris about baby number 2. If it would happen naturally, we're not planning right now, we're not trying, but we're not preventing. But we were talking about planning for number 2 if we're using our frozen embryos. And if that's the case, we're looking around Landry's 2nd birthday. I'd like to get pregnant kind of around the same time I did last time, because his birthday falls in the spring. And that just gives him time to grow into summer. We were able to get out of the house when he was born, and it was really nice. And I just like that time of year. So that would be plans for baby number 2, which is really exciting because I'm ready now. I want 10 more Landrys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope these were enjoyable. Thank you so much for asking questions. I don't feel like a big dummy. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.